Welcome everyone to another video. We're in the greenhouse today, or whatever you call this, okay? It's not a very conventional greenhouse setup. It's just a protective structure here around my trees. I live in Southeast Texas. We get freezes around here. Last year our freeze was 8 degrees and we had 6 to 8 inches of snow. It was kind of windy too, so everything you see around here probably would not have made it outside, right? So this is why I have to do this. And I have love for tropical trees. They're so interesting, they're so delicious. In my case specifically, I grow almost strictly edible fruit trees, right? Not just for their appearance. So today we're making a video to go around and update you guys on the condition of the greenhouse. It's summertime. We're in the middle of July now. Things have gotten a little humid. I have noticed the spread of some fungus around my food forest. So it's sub-ideal, but you know, there are ways to deal with it. It's very challenging inside of a protective structure like this because it's damp and there's not a lot of air circulation, so I had to create some. And that's what you have to do. Basically, just you go around and pay attention to your mistakes and your challenges and your failures and make adjustments. Okay, so let's get into it and take a look around and see how this place is doing now. Alright, starting from here, from this side, all of my Ziziphus Mauritania jujubes, or Indian apple, or boroi, whatever you want to call them. They have different names. They're all doing good. Hold on, what is going on here? Look at these menaces. I thought I was hearing something weird. Look at them. What are you doing here? How is this okay? You're messing up my grapes. I got a whole bunch of grapes down there. Let me pluck them before they destroy them. I've been seeing some on the ground, and now I know why. Look at these guys. I swear to God, if they weren't so cute, you know, you would not be living around here. They're kind of useless. They're here for entertainment right now. Look at them. Okay. All right, let's get back in the greenhouse. All right, back on topic. All of these tropical jujubes are doing great as far as putting out new branches, improving their structure. They're looking really good. Like this one has been very, very healthy. Before we keep going, I do want to mention I do not like to spray my plants with water. I'm kind of against it, but I have to do it sometimes. Like in this situation, I've been having spider mites, and I've tried different solution for that, insecticidal soap. I tried alcohol and dish soap. I've tried a bunch of different solutions that are, you know, kind of not as toxic and stuff, but it has been a challenge to get rid of them. There are a couple of creatures out there I can buy, some insects that can eat them. I did try ladybugs, but they disappeared in a couple of days after they showed up. I don't know where they went, but they did a great job with controlling the aphids and the spider mites that I had at that time. But then a few days later, they were all completely gone. Not a single one left. And yeah, I'm not gonna keep buying those. Obviously, I need something to stay. I know there's other bugs that will probably get the job done, maybe. But I'm just I haven't gotten a chance to try different things. But I have noticed that if you spray your trees really hard, they will be they'll get cleaned up, you know, because I inspected these before I sprayed them, and they had literally there were spider mites on every single leaf. And now look at them and they're gone. You know, they just get washed away, and they're not tough. They're so soft. They're so tiny. If you spray really hard, they'll just die. And that won't do a whole lot to your tree. Now, most of my trees are tropical trees. Okay, so they're used to kind of a lot of rain, a lot of wet conditions. It is not ideal. It's some of them have issues with their. For an example, this sapodilla here, see? Their flowers would rot. So, you know, part of me, I don't care right now, because my objective is to grow these trees to height and maturity and bushiness as fast as possible, okay? So, this is not an issue for me if I lose their flowers, if they don't produce fruit at this stage. This is only 1.5-year-old greenhouse. Yeah, so it's still young. I haven't gotten a whole lot of fruit out of it. I did get a good amount out of the loquat and I'll show you over there some of the June plum and guavas. Everything else is worried and specifically concentrating on leaf development, branch development, just maturity and growth, okay? Not fruiting at this stage. Some of them did flower, but you know, their fruits and flowers dropped. They weren't ready, okay? Or because of the chemicals I put in the soil that had influenced their hormones to act in a certain way, which is understandable. It's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about that right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. Indian jujubes doing great, very healthy. Oh, actually, this one had a fruit right here. This one fruited the second time. I have ate 6 fruits after 8 months of growing it here. I had 6 fruit or this past spring, and it flowered again after I pruned it. It's really heavy. It looks good. It's it completely recovered from my pruning. I did not leave a single branch or leaf unpruned. So, and actually, I see there's another one over there, and there are probably a couple more hidden here and there. So I'm gonna eat from this again. This one is supposed to be a Bolsonaro, but it's not. It didn't come up as such. It came up as another variety called coconut apple bear. That's what they call them in India. But I'm happy with it too because it's delicious. So it's not a big deal. Sapodilla, it's looking good. I lifted it up because I was just telling you about my fungus issue, and I used that fan to blow air right over here. The Indian jujubes, they don't like any water on their flowers too. So I discovered that just recently. Because it was wet, and this is uncovered, right? This portion of this structure, and when the rain comes, sometimes it comes like this way, you know, like with an angle, and it kind of drenched this area out, and yeah, so I lost some flowers and early fruit development. I'm not worried about that. Like I said, this is the time for growth. This is the time for maturity. It's not the time for production. Not at this stage. Maybe next year. And I'll make other videos discussing how I'm gonna trigger that transformation and stop manipulating this plant's hormones to focus on making food and fruit. All right. So this sapodilla here is beautiful. This is Silas Woods variety. I think Silas Woods, that's what they call them. And it's flowered. I'm not sure if it's going to fruit, but I did notice, now that I paid attention and noticed that fungus gets on these flowers and ruins them. I put them in the direction of that fan's airflow, and we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, you'll notice most or all of my trees are kind of wet right now. It's not a big deal. The last time I done this was maybe like a little over a month ago, just to combat the spider mite and some insect problems that I have around here. I'm trying to do my my best to refrain from using harsh chemicals, like toxic chemicals, nicotine or synthetic nicotine-based chemicals and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to do that. When you look at their half-life and how long they can stick around, and it's like 7 to 10 years, you know, out in your soil. I don't want to do that, especially in areas where I'm planning to, you know, grow food. Okay, so yeah, I'm just using soaps, and I tried oils and alcohol. What else? Yeah, just different detergents and yeah, I mean they work. The alcohol thing works. Alcohol, soap, and water. It did work, but it's not ideal, guys. Like a lot of these tropicals, they have coating on their leaves. Like for an example, look at this one. Do you see how the leaf is drenched with water? Okay, that's an older leaf. Okay, let's look at a new leaf. Look at that. See? It has a coating on it. These leaves I sprayed with alcohol and water and soap. And these newer leaves that just came up, they don't have that. See? Their coating is still there. So that coating is there for a reason, because these are tropicals and they receive heavy amounts of rain and they live in wet areas, right? It's kind of an issue for them probably to take their coating off if you are living in those areas. But it's kind of sitting in a protective structure here. They do sit right under the opening where I took off some of the panels to create some ventilation. That is not ideal, and I'm just finding out. I'm not an expert in growing these Annonas, okay? So, you know, now that I learned that I can't spray these with alcohol and soapy water, so I'm not gonna do it. Okay. The Indian jujubes, see, they also suffered this. They have some protective coating that was taken off. That's the leaf, part of the leaf, or part of the leaves that I sprayed. For an example, if you look at their new leaves, no problem, and you can actually tell it's shiny. It's kind of it's different. It's like waxy. This one is more. It's more matte. You know, it's textured almost. So, yeah, that's why I sprayed the trees with water. Guavas here. These two right here have continued without producing any flowers or anything, but they have developed a very nice, impressive structure. These are tropical pink guavas. Tamarind has gotten nice and big and bushy, and soon I'm gonna have to expand this structure here further back, and I'm planning to kind of dig deep because I want the line at the end of this extension. I want to plant some dwarf or medium-sized banana varieties, and I want to grow some bananas because as far as outside, I have to experiment with short cycle bananas and see what I can do with those, and I just don't know what to expect from that at this point, because other than that, you only have a couple of solutions. You either grow them in a pot, 15-20 gallon pot for a season, or you grow them in a protective structure like this. So the tamarind, for example, here is looking good, but I know it's going to get big. So I'm gonna push this structure back and dig deep. And actually, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna just plant them directly in the ground to see how they do. White sapote. This is the Young'uns Gold, one of the best varieties I heard about. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks really good. Very big, broad, you know, large size leaves. There's some mock orange here. I gotta do some pruning, maybe like some training to the structure. Some white sapote seedlings. These I'm gonna graft on, and I'm gonna see what works with them. Because I'd like to create more white sapote. Maybe plant a couple more in the back. This is Vernon's white sapote. It's got a couple of fruit on it. It had more, but you know, some cats got in here and they played with them. They like toys, you know, and they fell. So only a couple left. That's why I added that mesh on the door to keep them out. This is a, I believe it's a red guava. It flowered a couple of times, but it has no fruit. The fruit didn't happen, so it's not a big deal. These right here this is a yellow strawberry tree, and this is a pink or red. I seen the flowers on this one in the back right here. I don't remember if I seen that on this or not, but they did flower, and no fruit yet. All of these trees I have here have received a couple of very substantial amounts of high nitrogen slow release fertilizer, the kinds that last up to 12 months. Okay, so yeah, one of the reasons why I believe, or a couple of reasons that are probably at the top of my head, is probably age of these plants and just my fertilizing setup. It's very high nitrogen, and when you do high nitrogen, sometimes the plant hormones get manipulated in a certain way that doesn't allow them to develop fruit, even if they flower. Because once the plant has that trigger of flowering, it's probably going to continue to flower, but whether that plant feels like it should commit to developing the fruit out of that flower, that's probably a completely different story as far as the plant hormones and chemical compositions in its veins. This one's supposed to be some Pakistani variety, but in the picture it showed a round fruit. This is not round. This is more of a developed fruit here. See, like when I did the alcohol spray, kind of stripped some of the protective coating off the fruit as well. So I'm not planning on eating the shell off these fruits, so it's not a big deal if they're kind of damaged. I like to peel my guavas. Some of them you have to because the shell's really hard. Yeah, so this one has a whole bunch of fruit on it. That's cool. This one has the most fruit. Right there. Right there. There's another one here, a couple here. There's one there. There's probably 10, 12. So this is Mexican cream. These right here, usually I'm experimenting with to see how I can... I want to have multi-branched babaco papayas, okay? Because I've seen how they look, and they can probably handle multi-branch a lot better than the other, like Red Lady papayas that I have. See? So I'm trying to see if I can influence them to do that, because some plants, when you tip them, their hormones, they don't go as far as like branching hormones, right? They don't go far down. Like sometimes they just stick with the closest node, right? And they come up from that, and that's it. They stop. I was hoping, because these are so close, maybe I was hoping I can trigger a couple of inches of branching hormones to kind of get up there and start doing their thing, but obviously it didn't work out. I'm not sure why. I think over here, this one, if you notice, this is actually flower, I think. This is a flower, and there's a couple of branches, right? Yeah. Yeah, so maybe maybe I succeeded with that one, but this one didn't do it. And it's very similar. Yeah, I don't know. See how that works? One did it, the other one didn't. And they're sitting right next to each other. Identical conditions, identical soil composition, identical everything. So, but this one acts differently than this one for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe in the future I can tell you. This Malika mango, pretty good. It's getting tall. It's branching to the sides, and I gotta cut this one. There's a coconut mango right here. I took a side branch off of that one. I put it in here. It didn't work out very well. Maybe it's just too hot. We got a heat wave, and the heat index was horrible. It's like 105, and inside a structure like this is probably 110. So that's really, really, really hot. Probably that's why it died. This mango here is a Joey mango. I'm planning on making this a freak mango, where I graft a whole bunch of varieties on it. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. Not mangoes, avocado. Excuse me. Yeah, so Same thing. See, like the protective layer went, and the leaves are staying wet now. They're not drying up easily. What I was saying is it's sub-ideal to grow any type of avocado in a pot. It is doable, but you will probably have very, very limited production in fruiting. This right here is very unlike the avocados as far as grown in pots. This is a June plum, and they are very heavy flowerers and fruiters. See, like I'm still flowering in the back there. Grumichama. This is one of the ones that flowered, and I've seen some tiny fruits develop, and then suddenly, uniformly, all of them drop. Boom! Like I shook the tree, and then everything has dropped. Same thing for this one right here. This is a Cahola Longan. This one also dropped its fruit after development. Even there was like a nice, there was like one that was maturing right here on this side, and that one dropped too on its own. Yeah. This is a carambola. I think it's Kerry Star. It's one of the better varieties. Has gone really big. It's a tree. All right. It's a very aggressive growing tree. So I don't know what to do with it. I'll probably have to trim it at this stage because it's pushing some of the panels back out, and also the mesh as well. Some branches are going through the mesh. Very sub-ideal, but you know, I didn't realize they're so aggressive. Very, very aggressive. I've trimmed this tree 4 times, like very aggressively, like up to here, multiple times, and then within a couple of months they're back out there. This is that Premier Loquat. Look how nice it looks now. It's got that vase shape or umbrella shape, reverse umbrella shape, and it's collecting sun very optimally. And I can't wait to have some more fruit out of this season. It's a dwarf Cavendish banana. It's about 4 feet tall now. It's looking good. Trunk is nice and thick. I think we might get fruit out of this by next spring. So we'll see. It's one of my experiments as far as growing bananas in pots. We'll see what happens. These Jaboticabas. These two right here are my favorite on this side. This is that polyester. I love everything about this one. It's really cool. You can manage it in certain ways like this, you know, where you kind of keep this umbrella shape at the top and expose the trunks like that and collect them together at some point during maturity. When the plant is up here, maybe I'll kind of let go. I'll open them up and they'll spread, and you know, kind of it would look really cool, like a bonsai type of setup. And these are I've seen people do bonsai pruning and growing with Jaboticabas, and they do very well, and they look very exotic, especially when they start flowering and producing fruit. And they sell for very, very good prices, and I believe it doesn't take a whole lot of years to make a nice substantial bonsai out of these. So maybe 10-15 years in the bonsai industry, probably it's not a big deal. It's not a whole lot of time, you know, considering the amount of money you can get out of it. But I like the growth on this one. This is that Scarlet variety. This is the Grimal. The Grimal, probably I like it the least. It doesn't look the best, and it has some issues also. Like it doesn't grow as aggressive as these right here. This one grows the most, and this one is in the middle, but not bad really. It's not lacking behind. But this one seems to be doing the best, and I believe next year it will flower and fruit. Alright, so let's move on. Look at all the dragon fruit. So it's getting nice and big. It's maturing and it's reaching the top, and a lot of them started to hang. And this is hopefully out of these right here, specifically the ones that are started to hang, we will get some fruit. This baby right here, say Barbados cherry, yes. Yeah, so same thing for this one. I've seen it flower a couple of times, and I do believe that because of my high nitrogen fertilizer setup, it's just not fruiting. Okay, and it was young. It's been young, but I believe I can get this to fruit by next season. And I love I don't know if you tried Barbados cherry. It's really nice. I just received another variety that's supposedly sweeter and black colored. Not this one is red. This is more like orange red colored, and the black ones, they're really rare and supposedly sweeter. I don't have experience with the food per se, but I'm just taking people's words for it for now, the reviews I've seen. And I will be the one to let you know. I'll make a video and confirm, because I have both varieties. I'll confirm one day whether it's true or not. But yeah, here's the Annonas, looking pretty good. I'm finally getting the right type of branching that I wanted. These lower branches are, it seems like, especially when they're in an angle like this, they produce flowers. And maybe they would fruit next season. But I'm going to keep a couple of these low-hanging branches, and the ones that are going up top, I'm gonna find a nice junction for branches and prune them there, so they can, I'd like them to create some umbrella shape canopy here to protect their flowers and fruit from the heat of the sun, from the sun ray, and convert enough energy to help to develop nice nice size super sweet fruit. This one's doing much better than the other one, but soon I'm gonna go around. So right now they're kind of collecting in the center there, held by a single nail, and I'm gonna put more in different areas, and I'm gonna open them up. See, these right here, they don't need that. These are perfect as far as this kind of training. They kind of comply with what I'm trying to do. They almost understand me, right? So this one right here, for an example, this is a good example for what I was talking about with the Annona. See, you put the screws in different places and you open it up like an umbrella, and you let it branch, and soon the center will be filled, and it's collecting sunlight and energy very efficiently. Because if you have branches and leaves, and they're sitting under the canopy of other leaves and branches, they're just doing nothing, and they're sucking the life out of the tree, and they're consuming resources without producing anything. Now, if you have a branch like this, I honestly, what I need to do is remove these. I've been seeing the plant doing it on its own, but it's slow. I can help it accelerate that process by just me going around and removing some of these leaves, right? It just doesn't need them. These leaves are just completely useless, and they're just evaporating water and using energy. See, like this one is under the canopy of other leaves, and it's turning yellow. That's not a deficiency or anything. That's just uselessness, I believe. Okay. Same thing here. Yep. Anyways, this one, yeah. Yeah, well, I think we pretty much covered almost everything. I don't know if you remember my other video, when if you're a newcomer here, I had a red flowered passion fruit. Oh no, he's trying to come in. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Oh no, 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 no. You are a menace. No! These guys, he's gonna go to my white sapote fruit and play with it like it's a toy. Come on, out. I have to get him out. Got you out of here. It wasn't easy. And these guys like to play. They know I don't want them inside, but they like to play around and mess with my trees. Not today, little buddy. Alright, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that red flower passion fruit, or passion flower vine. I had it over here. It was just going nuts, okay? And I was thinking, I don't have a problem, for it to climb all these beams up top here and do what it wants to do. That is not an issue. The problem I had with it was it's just doing nothing other than inviting a carpenter ants, honestly. And I don't want them around here. Everything's made out of wood, and they're gonna destroy a whole bunch of, probably even attack the trees too. So, but I see them. They were getting onto them and sucking. They had like sugar nodules. They were sucking the sugar out of those, and then they started getting on my guavas here and putting some sap-sucking insects that looks like a black disc, some sapsucker, and they were drinking their pee because it's full of sugars. But yeah, I got rid of that and I replaced it with a fruiting variety of passion fruit. This one right here, this is a grandilla, and now it's going up. Very fast growers, and I'm gonna train them to grow around these beams, and I'm okay with them like kind of attaching themselves to trees because they like to do that. By the way, they like to grab a branch and wrap their themselves around them, and that's not a big deal. Okay, it is what it is. That's what they do in nature. They grab onto trees and they go up, right? So nature knows, it has a way of handling this kind of challenge. But yeah, I got the grandilla over there, and I got a purple variety over here. I've tried passion fruit, and I love it. And they will not survive in freezing weather outside, so I have to do something about them here inside of here. Yeah, well, I think we talked about everything. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions, ask. I will help you as much as I can answering. If I know what I'm talking about, if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll let you know, okay? Now, this is not everything I have as far as tropicals. I have some citrus that seem to be ultra-tropical, like pomelo, and some tangelos, and yeah, so I bring in these plants and I put them in here in the rows right here. And I have barely enough room to kind of walk and go around in the winter time when everything's inside. Some of those trees are, let's go ahead and take a look at them before I wrap up the video. Some of them are these, the lemon guava and strawberry guava, Suriname cherry. This is, that's orange, and this is black. Some of the bananas. That's why I need to expand, guys. Some of the citrus over here. And what else? Yeah, so some jujubes right here. These are Middle Eastern jujubes. I love these. They taste so good, but I can't have them outside in the freezing weather. They don't do well under or below 28 degrees. So they could take a little bit of freezing, but it's not too much. See this one? These bananas right here, these dwarf Cavendish bananas. And citrus, yeah. So this jasmine here can do freezing weather. I have to stop getting stuff that aren't compatible with hard freeze. And I have done that. I've kind of committed to that. But sometimes I just love the tropicals, man. They're just so different. That's why I feel so. I feel very excited about stuff like Pow Pow and Loquats when they, in the way they look and their ability to survive outside, right? It's kind of cool. It's very nice to have stuff like this. And I'll continue to look for trees that can do well outside with, tropical appeal and good fruiting ability, because this is a food forest, guys. You know, I will have some nice areas with beauty as far as just ornamentals, but overall I'm going to focus on stuff that can do well outside, and consider the worst case scenarios, such as single digit freezing and snowing and heavy wind blowing, and we'll go from there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Ask questions if you have any. If not, then thank you for stopping around. Take it easy.